So let's start the next question. 1158 market analysis 1. This is of type medium. So we are given two tables, user and orders. User table has user ID, join date and favorite brand. User ID is the primary key column with unique values of this table. This table has the info of user of an online shopping website where user can sell and buy items. For orders, order ID, order date, item ID, buyer ID, seller ID. So order ID is the primary key column with unique values. Item ID is a foreign key which is referencing to the third table, which is items, item ID and item brand. And buyer ID and seller ID are again the foreign key which are referencing to the primary key of user ID. Primary key of user table as user ID. So we have to write a solution to find for each user the join date and number of orders they made as a buyer in 2019. Okay, let's see. So we have to find the join date and number of orders for each user when they are buyer. So we know that buyer will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have to return their joining date. So joining date is in the user table, so we have to join these two tables. Now this buyer ID is a foreign key, so it will be joined to the user ID. Okay, this is clear, and then we can get all. So I'll just copy these for the PC. So yep, so here we got the, for every buyer we will get the joining date from this two table. Then the next thing is we have to get the number of orders they made as a buyer in 2019. So in 2019 buyer ID 1, this is 2018, so he made one order. For user ID buyer ID 2, he made 1 and 1, 2, both are 2019. User ID 3, he did not make any, so it will be 0, and for user ID 4 it will again be 0. Let's see if you are understanding the question correct. So yes, that's the expected one. So let's see how we can code this one. So first thing is, first we have to join user table and order table. So select from, now we want to get the detail for every user, so we have to use users as a left join on orders on. Now we know that o dot buyer ID will be equal to u dot user ID and then we also have to find the users who made the buy, who bought anything in the year 2019. And extract, so we have to extract the year from order date, and that should be equals to 2019. What we have to return, we have to return the user ID, so that will be coming from user table, and that we have to return as a buyer ID. Next thing, we have to return the join date, again that will come from user table, so it will be u dot join date. And the next thing, orders in 2019. So in order to get the aggregation, we have to use the group by. So group by user ID, and we can get the count. So count of o dot order ID for every user, and this we have to write as, let's run this one. So it got accepted. Let's see if we are getting the expected result. So we are getting the expected result. Let's submit it. So it also got accepted. Let's see what we did. So for every buyer, now we know that every buyer is a user. So we joined these two tables using primary key foreign key relationship. So here we joined users u on orders using the left join. We also had a condition that we have to get the details for the users who made any order purchase in 2019 year. What if I would have used where clause instead of using the year function in the end? So if I would have used where clause, then because it's a left join, I would have only got the values or the result where the user ID is matching as a buyer ID. But as I have to get the detail for every user, I have to use this in the end clause, in the joining clause. Thank you.